Hello, everyone, and a warm welcome back to all the participants. So, participants, in the process of building the DevOps pipeline, we are focusing on the pipeline segment involving various stages like source with regards to GitHub, build with regards to Maven, continuous integration with regards to Jenkins. And when it comes to deployment, we are currently using Vagrant to provision our local virtual machines that are very local. That means in your system, we will provision. For that, we are using hypervisor like Oracle VirtualBox. Oracle VirtualBox we are using. This Oracle VirtualBox has ability to provision virtual machines in your system. In my system, in your system, if you run it. This is freely available. So, in order to replicate the idea of cloud servers before we enter into cloud and provision those cloud servers, the idea is how well are you equipped with local machines, because there will be scenarios you have to work on provisioning VMs, sandbox environments. In your real life scenarios, when you are in projects, participants, companies, what they do is they don't go ahead and start provisioning cloud instances. They'll ask you, go ahead and test it in your local machine, or go ahead and test it in your systems using virtual boxes or sandbox. The sandbox concept is very simple. Instead of provisioning cloud servers and wasting the cost on those cloud servers, they will ask you to provision local servers, like a local VM that you can create. So keeping in mind that context, maybe you have to come across sandbox environments. I'm provisioning sandbox environments using Vagrant or using Oracle VirtualBox and Vagrant. So Vagrant is almost similar to Terraform tool, which will work in cloud. Vagrant is a tool that will go ahead and work on your local systems, that will provision virtual machines for you. See, in cloud, when you go to cloud, Terraform is an automation tool. Likewise, Vagrant is targeted for your local system. On your local machines, you can create virtual VMs using Vagrant. So that was the reason I've been asking you to go ahead and use Vagrant as much as possible, so that you will understand how to write a Vagrant command, or how to run a Vagrant file. So participants, let's continue the discussion of Vagrant further. Let's go to our system and let's create now Vagrant, and we will continue further, participants. Let me go ahead and continue. This is what we have been doing yesterday. So just a quick recap of what we have done yesterday, and we will continue further. So we will add the folder. What I have is this one, Vagrant-templates. Yeah, this is an empty folder. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start adding, or I'm not going to add anything. I'm just going to go ahead and start asking Vagrant, please help me out by provisioning a virtual machine backed up by Ubuntu. I want an Ubuntu backed up machine. So you can reach out to Vagrant. You can type in Vagrant, I need an Ubuntu box. So the concept of Vagrant is derived by images which are in the form of boxes. So you can find those boxes, plenty of Vagrant boxes. This is almost 3 years ago. This image is not supported. So I look for various other Ubuntu options, and I can find Kinetic 64, which is just few hours ago it was uploaded. So I'm going to use this box, Ubuntu Kinetic. So how will I go ahead and use it? One simple command, Vagrant, I want init initialize my environment with Ubuntu slash Ubuntu slash Kinetic 64. Is that right? Correct. So what it will do, it will understand your requirement, okay, that you're looking for a Ubuntu Kinetic 64 image. See, it will drop a file for me, which is a Vagrant file for me. Here you can go and do all customizations. Okay. And I'm not going to make it available here. I'm not. So what I will do is I'll open up port 80 of this machine to port 8080. 8080 we are using for Jenkins. So I will use port 89090. So I will remove this piece of code. IP address is already allocated. So do one thing. We'll go ahead and allocate this IP address. It's up to you, participants. If you want to keep all this, you can keep. Otherwise, just go ahead and say Vagrant start. It will start. This is just I'm trying to show you according to my need. I'm customizing. One command is sufficient. Vagrant in it, it will start. If I don't need the customization box, I need the sufficient RAM is 1 GB to it's good for the size. And this is the N for it. And looks good. Even you don't need to do all this. This is I'm doing it so that I can customize. I'm trying to customize according to my need. So now what I want, Vagrant, go ahead and give me an Ubuntu box of Yes, please continue.
Nothing, sir.
Welcome. So now, if all this is done, if it is good, let me give a context. The context is I'm asking Vagrant, go ahead and give me an Ubuntu box. The OS is Ubuntu. And for this Ubuntu box, I want whatever it writes the traffic. Guest means the Ubuntu machine image, whichever is there. If it is talking at port 80, I want that port to talk to 9090 of my laptop. Because in our laptop, we are already using port 80 for our Jenkins. So I don't want to use Jenkins port. I want to give an IP address of that series 33.10. And then I want to go ahead and put a provider, that means from which it will start its machine, VirtualBox, and the size of the RAM I want to give is 1024. Looks all good for now. Let's go ahead and say, Vagrant, if you're convinced with this information, please, I would like it to make it up and running. So what happens? The machine gets started, it becomes up. So purpose of this, I'll tell you participants, there are multiple purposes. You can use it as a sandbox. And if you want to go ahead and practice Linux commands, this is something which can be very helpful for you if you want to practice Linux commands. Because we are on a Windows machine, so you'll not be able to get Linux machines just like that. So it is better to use Vagrant and run through. So remember the commands, hardly 2 commands, Vagrant initialize. The commands are also available here, even if you don't remember. Click that link, it will tell you. Vagrant initialize, Ubuntu 64, Kinetic 64, Vagrant up. That's all. Now, the machine is ready, participants. It's all that you have to go and do a login into it. For that, Vagrant SSH. What happens when you do Vagrant SSH? You will enter into the box. You will enter into that machine. That's it. So participants, see, you're getting a welcoming page. You're on the Linux machine now. You're on inside the Vagrant Linux. Now, why did I go ahead and spend time on Vagrant? You'll understand now things better, people. So the first command that I would like to do is I would like to go ahead and take admin privileges. Like we do in our Windows, I'm taking admin privileges involving sudo su. So right now, if I go ahead and look at the user, who am I? It will tell you that you have logged in as root user. If I make an exit, it will tell me that you are back to Vagrant. Who am I? Back to Vagrant. Most of the time, these default users like Vagrant, if it is associated, they don't have privileges. So it is better to go ahead and take admin privileges and hit the root folder. PWD, you are in the root folder. Everyone, are we good, participants? Hello? Everyone, are we good? Any questions on this?
Yeah, yes, Kumar, that still not able to understand the last part.
But in this one, you mean this after
Exactly.
entering into the
Yes.
box? Okay.
Yeah. After and how how it entered the into the Linux box? Can
Okay.
you
So
explain
have
that?
you learned, have you understood these two commands? This first command, what it will do? It will go ahead and initialize your box with Ubuntu Kinetic 64. You're making it up. Okay. After the up, it will confirm that yes, you have a machine up and running. One simple command that will help you is vagrant SSH. That's all. Is that okay now? You will enter into the box.
Okay. SSH SSH means what it is? It's just a code, right?
SSH
It's
means
just a
it's a
command.
protocol. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a protocol for Linux where
Okay.
Linux machines are accessed. I hope you
Okay.
are aware of RDP. RDP is for Windows.
Okay.
You have to give the connectivity. Let's say your machine is on running on an IP. If you give me your RDP or if you give your IP address from my machine, I can go and connect to your machine. RDP in Windows. Likewise, in Linux we have SSH, Secure Shell.
Got it.
So participants, I am inside my Linux box. So how many of you are comfortable with Linux commands? If you're not, do let me know. I can take a session on Linux and I'll give you the
Uh,
commands documentation. You can
uh,
practice it.
yes, please.
Okay. May not be today, but we can plan it for the next, for tomorrow. Okay.
Yes.
So what I'll do now, participants, is that I'm just going to clear the screen. That means it will clear all the screen and it will open up this box. So first thing I want to know, who am I? That what is the user did I log in with? So there is a command called who am I? That's what I have used. Who am I? It is telling, hey, you have logged in as Vagrant. The user is sitting here. See the name of the user, Vagrant. So instead of Vagrant, I would like to take sudo privileges, like admin privileges, like you get in administrator in Windows. I'm taking sudo privileges and sit cd, hitting root folder. Now, what I would like to do here, participants, I would like to go ahead and perform operations. What kind of operations I want to perform? Participants, what we have been using all these days, what is our effort all these days? What was our effort? We are building the DevOps pipeline. So if you go back to our DevOps pipeline, what we were trying to do, we were trying to go ahead and take the role of a developer where we have written our code. And where did we put our source code? In Git, we
GitHub.
have
GitHub.
GitHub,
GitHub.
right? What was the build that we have been doing using Maven,
Maven.
right? After that Maven, we were
Jenkins.
generating the artifacts. What was the artifact? Var, jar, some packages. jar or war packages. And after that, what we were trying to do? After this, we were trying to deploy this using, or what was a middleware tier that I've used?
Jenkins.
Hope you guys remember the middleware
Tomcat.
tier is Tomcat. And for the continuous integration, what I used?
Jenkins.
Jenkins. Now, why is this all we are trying to use? See, participants, we are trying to use this because we will put our code in GitHub, we will pull it, we will build it, we will generate a var package, we will bundle it into Tomcat, and Jenkins was doing end-to-end integration for us. That's cool. Yes, it's cool. Now the question is, why did this Vagrant come in there? Question definitely I will answer people is, if I go ahead and start connecting to cloud, because everything now will move into cloud. Very soon we will move all these things into cloud. The problem is when I move things into the cloud, there will be a lot of options that you will not be able to understand, like IAC. What does IAC stands for? Infrastructure as code. It becomes very difficult for you. So what I'm trying to do, and experience working with Linux boxes, Linux machines. You have to work with Linux. So this is a very, very powerful combination in cloud, Linux. So what I wanted was, instead of you doing everything in cloud and getting billed for it, because if you start a machine, it will bill you. So what I wanted is, let's go ahead and build everything that you need, skill set on our local VMs involving Ubuntu. So I am able to address Linux by getting Ubuntu, but I was not able to get the IAC. So what I've used? Vagrant here now. So Vagrant is my infrastructure as code tool, because Vagrant can understand how I want my machines to be provisioned via the IAC code. And then I'm going to use Vagrant to go ahead and run my local VMs that are Ubuntu. That is what I have done right now. People, am I right? I have written a Vagrant file, the IAC code, and asked Vagrant to create me a machine. It has created me a machine, and that machine is fully a Ubuntu machine, Linux Ubuntu machine. Are we good now? Participants, you are able to understand the advantages. You shouldn't get billed from the cloud servers. If you go ahead and use cloud server, he will bill you the moment you started. Though the free trial is there, but still there are other services that they will charge. So instead of spending time on the cloud servers, let's build our skills locally here. Then we will understand how things are working. From there, I will go ahead and start deploying the application into the cloud. Are we good, everyone? Hello, participants, are we good? Okay. Do you have any questions on this? Are we good, everyone? Did you understand the logic why I'm trying to spend on a local machine? See, there will be the time when we move into cloud, this all things will move in cloud. Jenkins will move to cloud, artifacts will move to cloud, build will move to cloud, source code will, anyhow, source code is from GitHub only. So most of the things, 90% of the things will go to cloud. So at that time, you will feel very difficult to relate things. Now, the moment you do things here, things that you do in cloud will become just a matter of cake for you. Okay, so participants, let's all come back to Vagrant box. So Vagrant box is a Linux box, and I'm going to be running some Linux commands. It will be a little difficult for you if you don't know what is this commands. Don't worry, I'll explain you one by one commands. And also, I'll try to see whether I can document for you. I will go ahead and document for you, participants. So first documentation is like this. After Linux, after Vagrant, the commands are, or Vagrant commands I'm going to be using. I'm going to document for you people. You can try this. So the first thing what I do is we go ahead and install it and we check Vagrant whether it is working or not. Vagrant -- version. If not, please make sure that it is installed. After Vagrant installation is done, what we do is Vagrant initialize Ubuntu Kinetic 64. Check out the spelling. Kinetic. Spelling kinetic. Here it is. Why should I go and then make sure it is up? Vagrant, make it up. After Vagrant, you will go and do an SSH into that machine. After the machine, you will be using sudo su as a root privileges to have root privileges. CD, you will enter into the system. I'm inside the system now. So participants, just to make sure my machine is updated, I'm running sudo update -y. So these are the same commands, participants, you will also be using in cloud. apt-get update -y. So this is now going to bring, see, all the updates are being downloaded from Ubuntu. That means this machine is receiving Ethernet. This machine is working fine. It's taking some time to download the packages. 12.4 has to download around 14.5 MB file.
Kumar?
Yes, I'm with you.
Yeah, can you please tell me what is that sandbox?
Sandbox.
Yeah,
Sandbox is like the name. It's a buzzword companies use instead of moving in cloud. See, every company doesn't want things to just you go ahead and create things in cloud and you play with it. So what they say, please go ahead and create resources in your local machine and practice or provision and test. So for that, you have to have a separate Linux box. You have to download it from internet. You do all this. So instead of doing it, what you can do, you can go ahead and install Vagrant on your machine, on your local machine, and you can provision that virtual server. That server we call it a sandbox. The system is in this where you're testing. This is a kind of a sandbox. That means you go ahead and play. You do experiments into this. Got it?
yeah, thank you.
Welcome. Everyone, now we are inside this machine. Now what I want to do is, I want to go ahead and see, can I go ahead and get my source code, or can I go ahead and get my Maven, Java, Jenkins getting installed, or I want to go ahead and install things here on this machine. So first thing is, let's check whether Java is available on this machine, because we will go back to now all those things that we have done, we will do here. Java is not available on this machine. So participants, one simple command can help you a lot. It will install both Java and Maven. The command is very simple. apt-get install maven -y. This Maven will install what? First, it will install Java, then it will install Maven, and even it will set the path for you. It is in downloading Java packages. It has downloaded. It is installing. Now I'm gonna put that command apt-get install maven -y. So I guess it is taking a little time. The meanwhile, I'll just go ahead and format my documentation for you. File, save as. So now the Vagrant commands. Then also list down the steps. If this is Maven, I will go ahead and confirm Maven with this command Maven hyphen version. For the confirmation, I want Maven to be verified. Then I will verify Java with this version, Java hyphen version. Then I will be looking forward. Maven is done, Java is done. If Git is required, I will go ahead and say Git is not there. So apt-get install git-y. It will install Git on my machine, on this Vagrant machine. See, participants, did you realize now all those installations you have done on your Windows machine? Now you are trying to do installation on a Linux box using Linux commands. Try relating with this. Have we not installed Maven on our machine? C drive, Maven. Have we not installed Java, Java JDK? So all those things now I'm installing on my local machine in a Linux box. That means we are trying to practice Linux commands here. See, it is installing Java also now. Maven, it is now installing. I think it's done. Yep, it's done. So participants, let's check whether Java is available on this machine. Java hyphen version. Yes, it is. Maven hyphen version. Yes, it is. Maven is installed. Hello, participants. Now you are able to see. If I have to do all this in cloud, the server should be running, right? The cloud server, you have to start the cloud server and the cloud server will be running. Now you are doing everything practice on a Vagrant box. Are we good, everyone? Participants, are we good?
Yes.
Do you have any questions? So you have learned how to install things on a Windows machine. Now you are learning how to install things on a Linux machine. On a Windows machine, the first sessions we have seen how to install Git, Maven, Jenkins, all these tools on your local machine on Windows. Now you are installing them on your Linux machine. Now Java is done. Let's check whether Git is available. Most of the time Git will be available. Yeah, Git is available. So we don't need to worry about the Git. If it is not there, please run this one line command. It's done. It will install Git on your machine. Participants, everyone, are we good? Hello? Participants, are we good? Participants, everyone, are we good? Okay. Now, if I want to go ahead and test something, is my system really working? So what I will do, I will go ahead and check whether this application is running. So participants, if you want to go ahead and run, you can go to your local host because we are using our local host. At local host port 9090, it says nothing because we are not using 8080, but you are using it port 9090. So let's do one thing. Let's go ahead and check this Linux machine with a Apache server. Apache server is a very well-known server which is going to be running on Linux machines. So how to install an Apache server on a Linux machine? Install Apache server on this machine, Apache 2. That's all. Apache, now coming up to Apache server, if you don't know what is Apache web server, Apache web server is open source server that is available in the form of a software that you can download and install it. The purpose of that software is it will resolve your web traffic. What is web traffic? This is a web traffic. Now you will understand what is web traffic. This is Apache server. Localhost port 9090. So what is this going to tell you? This default page used to test the correct operation of Apache server. It is based on equivalent page from Ubuntu, which is derived. This is more important. If you can read this page, it means Apache HTTP server installed at this site is working properly. You should replace a file located at this. Okay. Let me go ahead and add a file. That location, what is that location? You guys can remember. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and say CD, can you go to that location? And in that location, I want to dump some file. Nano, or instead of nano, say echo. Hello all, welcome to Vagrant on local or welcome to Vagrant. Let's close this. Into a var file, www, HTML, and a dummy file, check.html. I know participants, few of you are able to relate, but I'm sure other people will feel, what are you doing, Kumar? We are not able to relate. Don't worry. I will just help you out. Now you will understand. So participants, forget about everything. Now on a local machine, you are hitting port 80. And let's just check whether it can resolve this check.html. Hello all, welcome to Vagrant. Everyone are able to relate now? Let me go ahead and make some changes. Nano /var www html check.html. Now can you see the change? Welcome all. Hello all. Welcome all. Can you see the changes? Participants are able to relate what I'm trying to do here. See, if you're not understanding, feel free to ask me. There's no wrong in asking me, Kumar, I'm really not understanding what you're trying to do. I'll help you out, people. I'll help you out with the steps.
Yes, Kumar.
Okay. Now, let me take a step back. So, participants, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to go ahead and give you the path that on a Windows machine you have done a source code integration where the code was available. You had Maven on your local machine. You had generated bits in terms of artifacts involving var packages, jar packages. You have used Tomcat on your Windows machine. You use continuous integration Jenkins. Now we have just installed Oracle VirtualBox and we have used Oracle VirtualBox now to create VMs. But what I've done, I've started to use Vagrant. So till now, this point is clear, people. How did I go ahead and provision a virtual Vagrant box with virtual machine and why I'm trying to
Yes.
do all this?
Yes,
This is
Kumar.
what you have done till now on Windows machines, on Windows OS, on your local system, you have done it. But how about Linux? Tomorrow, if a client says we are working our entire environment on Linux, will you go ahead and download, install like the way we have installed Java and JDK on a Linux machine? Will you do that? No, you can't do that. Linux is something going to be looking like this, the black screen. So for that, people, I'm bringing Linux machine for you using Vagrant. Agreed, everyone? Hello, participants. Are you agreeing with me?
Yes, Kumar.
So inside that Linux machine, I'm trying to install Java. Did we install Java on Windows machine? Now I'm installing Java on Linux machine.
Sorry to interrupt here, Mr. Kumar. Sorry if I'm wrong. We are doing this thing in Linux with the help of Vagrant. Am I right?
Correct. So we don't have a Linux server, right? If you have to have a Linux server, what we have to do? We have to go to cloud. So for that purpose, I'm giving you, hey, there is a free tool available like Vagrant. Download it, install it. After download and install it, run Vagrant commands. Within a matter of 2 minutes, you'll get a Linux machine. This is what Vagrant installation and download and verification. Run the kinetic, so it will download the latest Ubuntu kinetic, make it up and connect it. This is how you will connect your Linux machine. Done. From there, same process. Java installation, Maven installation, Git installation. These are all tools that are already there. Everyone, are you able to relate with this? Hello? Participants, are you able to relate with this now?
Yes.
So this examples of these installations that I'm trying to do are now targeted towards Linux. Using Linux, we are trying to go ahead and we are using Linux. We are trying to go ahead and see, can we install Git? Yes. Can we install Java? Can we install Maven? That is what I'm trying to do here. So in scenarios when you're working, there will be web servers, app servers. The scenarios when you're working, you will come across web servers and app servers. If you ask me, Kumar, how to go ahead and resolve a web server on a Linux machine, Apache server is a well-known web server that you can download it. And that is what I have downloaded here. I have ran the command that Apache server is a well-known web server that you will install. I'll note it down here. I'm typing git install Apache server. So this server is very well known when it comes to resolving web traffic. So for that, I have just to put up a file and saying, hey, hello, are you able to resolve it? Yes, it is locally able to get resolved. The HTTP traffic. On HTTP traffic, we are hitting this. Clear, participants, are we good? Everyone, are we good?
Yes, Kumar.
Now, participants, what we have to do is now we have to go ahead and find the Java code, build the Java code, test it. So for that Java code, I will hit my machine. So github.com. I will go to my code, Azone Cloud. I have this project, right? We have our own project which we are running, and I'm using develop branch. The code is available. So let's clone this code. So it's same actions that we have done for Windows, we are doing for Linux now inside the box. Git, does you clone this repo? You clone this repo for me? Yeah, guys, it is cloning. See, code is available. So what should I do, participants, after the code is made available? If the code is ready, what should I do?
Edit.
Pardon?
Code is ready. We need to pull it.
We pulled it, right? After that, hope you guys remember, you have to go ahead and build it. What should be the build tool?
Maven package.
Maven package. Same thing then. What you have done in Windows, you are doing the same thing in Maven package. So it says there is something requires. Oh, there is no code in it. So what should I do, participants, now? Git branch. Can you check what are the branches that I have? So it says you have master branch. I want to go ahead and git switch my branch to develop branch because we have our code sitting in the develop branch. Now do an ls, you see the source code and form.exe. Why? Because the code is available in source code in develop branch, not in master branch. Why? What we have agreed, we will not use master branch until unless it is for a production scenario. That means we kept everything empty. Only in develop branch you will find the code. That is what I have done. Let me go ahead and switch to develop branch. By default, it is associated with master branch. I said, no, please switch. That is where I am able to see source code and form.exe. So participant, what is that next step I have to do? Any suggestion? What did you do after the code is ready? Code is ready. What should I do now?
Package.
Source code is ready. What is the next step in the DevOps process? Maven
Build
build. What is the command? mvn
package.
package. So it will take time to download the var package. See, the process is once again the same. Only the thing is we are making tools little different. Or the installation of tools is little different.
Kumar, here I have one question.
Yes, please.
We can create only one Ubuntu machine, or we can create it multiple Ubuntu machine inside that sandbox. So if we create multiple Ubuntu machine, how can we connect it with? If suppose in Windows we can connect it directly that RTP to that IP address, how can we connect this in a Vagrant machine?
Vagrant SSH, the IP address of the machine you want to connect. You can mention the IP. You should know the IP address of the machine that you want to connect.
Okay.
So participants, can you see now? There is an application.var file. Var package is available. Is that clear, everyone? Hello? Same thing we have done in Windows, right? We had a Linux machine. We had a Windows machine. We pulled the code from Git. We build the code with Maven. We got the package. So what did we do with this package? Where did we use this package? How to use this package now?
By going to Apache.
By giving and running in Tomcat.
Apache Tomcat.
Apache Tomcat. Correct. So do we have Tomcat running here?
Yes.
No, we don't have Tomcat running here. So what I would like to do is now I would like to go ahead and try apt install. Do you have Tomcat 9 that I can install? Let's check it out, participants. Is it working? Yes, it is working. Tomcat is working. Yes. That simple it is to install Tomcat in Linux. It's working. Now, package is available. So most of the time, Tomcat remains in this folder cd usr/local/tomcat. Just let me confirm the location of Tomcat. I forgot the location of the Tomcat. Let me quickly check default location for Tomcat in Linux. Which location it is? USR/Tomcat 9. Yeah, I'm inside this Tomcat 9. Can anyone just quickly search which location Tomcat resides in? Which location. USR share Tomcat 6, I think. CD share Tomcat. Yep, there it is. CD to lib. Yeah, it is there, participants. CD Tomcat is there. CD to HC. Yeah, good. It's there. CD to bin. I'm looking at a web apps folder. Give me 1 minute. I will confirm where is that web apps folder. At 7. Var lib. It's located in var lib. Install Tomcat. Then web apps are located in var lib. Var lib here. Var lib. CD2 Tomcat 9. List. Yeah, I could find it place. Web apps folder. List. Okay, cool. So let me quickly copy the command. So this will be very helpful. So what I'll do, I'll go ahead and give you the path. So this is the path where first thing we have to get install Tomcat 9 minus y. I've installed Tomcat, and just for the purpose of remembering in the path is located here. Now, participants, let's go back to our project. Beta. We have the artifact here. What I'll do, I'll copy the artifact, CD artifact. The name of the artifact is my app.var package. Where will I copy? To var file, lib, Tomcat 9, web apps folder, and I'll give the same name called my app.var. Copying is done. Command is copied here properly. I copied it. Now let's go and really check whether it is working. Port 1990. Okay, and we'll go and check my app. Is it working? Local port 8080. So Tomcat is working, guys. Now the problem, have you understood the problem? Did you understand the problem? What was the problem? Can anyone Understood? Can anyone understand the problem? By default, Tomcat runs at port 80. I was actually running Jenkins. So what did I do? I said, let's use Tomcat. Let's use in the Vagrant file port 9090. I shouldn't be doing it. So now the traffic is hitting port 80. I'm opening port 90. So that is a problem. So participants, do not worry about it. It's just the matter of fix that we have to do. We will fix it. So the only thing what I would recommend you participants is that don't go to Tomcat, but make sure that every topic is practiced till this line. Try to practice everything till this. Tomorrow, what I'll do, I'll go ahead and give you the machine. We will one more time, we will edit this machine. We will edit this machine at port 8080. We will start this machine back. One step we have to do. And then what we will do is we will start connecting with these machines. So we will use Tomcat here. Is that okay? Or the other way, we will run Tomcat at port 99. For that, it will take time. So for today, you go ahead and do a practice till this one. Install Java, Maven, practice all these commands. So I'm going to share this file with you people. So confirm me everyone after you are receiving it. Vagrant commands. And if you want the Vagrant file, but the Vagrant file is at port 8080, port 9090. So don't practice it. Practice still Vagrant box. Just practice the commands. Then how to install Tomcat, all those actions, we will do it for later, for tomorrow. Is that okay, everyone? Are we good?
Yes, Kumar.
Don't worry, participants. See, one small suggestion for you. You may think that I'm not able to understand. I'm the only one not able to understand. It's not that you people. There are rest of the people also. I'm aware that you are facing challenges. I agree with you. These things will become hard at the first time. But when I repeat it again and again, you will understand. So don't worry. Unless you get those topics, I will repeat it for you. So first thing is make an attempt, whatever the best you can learn. Try launching Vagrant, try installing Vagrant, try provisioning Vagrant, try installing tools. If you fail, you will understand. Okay. So participants, do not worry. I'm here. I will help you the best way that you go in to understand it. But at least make an effort to do some installations by yourself.
Sure, Kumar.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.